Father Paul.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm here now with Dr. John Appleby, a very old friend and someone who is indescribably famous as a fuel cell expert internationally. And we're going to talk about a bit about why Sefton should have waste to energy. Uh, so the discussion really is going to be based on, is it a plausible idea? Now, so John, waste to energy using municipal solid waste to generate electricity. What do you think?
Well, waste is something that we and everybody in the city will have to get rid of. And that costs money, of course. And therefore, if we can get rid of the waste and turn it into something useful, we're actually making money out of waste. And what we're trying to do here is to take that money and change it into another kind of commodity which everybody needs, which is electricity, and use that electricity to help the economy of the city and the country as a whole.
So the idea is the ability to be able to reduce the costs of energy, which are now 23 pence per kilowatt hour, is, I would say, close to criminal. And certainly anybody who actually looks at the transmission system in the UK, the generation of electricity, which is one thing, but the worst thing, of course, is the transmission. So being able to have electricity produced on a community level makes all the sense in the world, particularly economically.
Absolutely, because of course it avoids the cost of long distance transmission, and therefore it will be cheaper. Now, we are trying to make a substance which costs a lot less than, say, natural gas, which would be the energy produced from the waste, simply because the waste is virtually free. And we're going to use that in a fuel cell which directly converts waste into electricity. And if we could, if we wished, take that material and we could burn it in a gas turbine and make electricity from the gas from that waste in the gas turbine. But the gas turbine costs us about £1,000 these days per kilowatt. We are trying to offer a system which only costs £40 per kilowatt. Just think of the savings there. You can try to use that thing over a period of 5 years or so, and that way you can make extremely cheap electrical power from the waste using an article which is costing per hour so little compared with standard methods of producing electricity.
And the other thing is, one has to remember that waste, actually, at the moment, the cost of removal of waste is upwards of £100 per ton. So now you're taking that waste and actually producing something. Say we just reduce we said, okay, pay us £50 per ton and we'll make electricity out of it. And then your cost comes down to about 5 pence per kilowatt hour.
Roughly 5 pence per kilowatt hour.
So
will be the final number compared with whatever it was, 23 cents.
23 pence per kilowatt hour, yeah.
Pence.
I mean, Sefton is not a rich city. It's not a rich town. And the idea of actually subsidizing, basically what's happening is that at 23 pence, we're subsidizing EDF. I mean, why on earth would you be subsidizing a company that is actually 50% owned by the French government?
And not only that, it's entirely more or less nuclear electricity.
In France.
In France.
Hence the fact that they're paying 15 euro cents per kilowatt hour in France, while we're paying 23 pence per kilowatt hour in the UK. It's absolute madness. And the question is why is it that the select committee looking at the operations of the Department of Net Zero, which is in fact the energy, the equivalent of the Department of Trade and Industry Energy Committee. Why are they standing for it? And do you know what the answer is? The answer is we don't look at the technologies, we look at the policy. So is the policy of the British government to rip people off? Because that's what's been happening for the last 20 years. It's not just this government. It goes to the previous government, very much to the previous government. And who they're paying off and for what reason is beyond my understanding.
Yes, well, yes, the policy, the idea that the policy is the thing that determines everything. The policy is a little bit like the postage stamp on a letter. You put it on there and that becomes the official document. But the silly thing is, of course, what's inside the letter is the thing that counts. And what we're trying to do is to produce electricity at a low price inside the letter.
This is why we're friends, you see. Well, that's it for this time. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again.
What a complete nonsense.
It doesn't matter.